Hi, good afternoon everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, reflux, painful digestion, bloating, etc. Any kind of related hormone problems or chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, etc., which can quite often have their root cause in what's going on in your gut. So I do this with state-of-the-art gut testing, hormone testing if we need it, any other testing, and then dietary and lifestyle upgrades, supplements, etc., to get things functioning again for you as they should. So something that comes up quite a lot in clinic is where clients will be doing everything right, they're taking the right supplements, they're eating the right diet, but something's ticking along in the background which is triggering them, and something isn't quite right. And quite often that can be the daily kind of tea and coffee habit. Not always, but sometimes, because caffeine is a funny thing. Some people tolerate it really, really well. It's not a problem at all. They can drink cups and cups of it all day long and it's not going to cause any issue. And other people, like me, for example, cannot tolerate it at all, and it has, it can potentially have some quite bad effects on you. But that said, it's not all bad anyway, because tea, coffee, etc. can contain really nice high levels of certain nutrients. Both those things are very rich in antioxidants and polyphenols, which are great for your gut health. They contain small amounts of magnesium and potassium, which is good. And the science says they are definitely associated with reduced risks of disease, which is a big plus. And definitely they improve, alertness, fatigue, and exercise and performance. So all those are really great benefits. But for some people, they're just very sensitive to caffeine. They don't process it very well, and then sometimes the results of drinking it are not so great. So sometimes some of the signs that caffeine may be affecting you in not such a great way can be if you're feeling bloated after tea or coffee. You need to rush to the loo shortly after drinking it. You might be alternating between constipation and diarrhea, for example. You may get reflux. It's a real common trigger for reflux. Feeling jittery or anxious or wired, and even disrupted sleep when you've only had one cup in the morning. So all this kind of leave 4 hours after your last cup of tea or coffee. That doesn't apply to everybody. Some people are so sensitive to it that one cup of tea in the morning will still be affecting you by the time you go to bed. So it's really like we've got this spectrum going on of the kind of the adverse effects of caffeine, if you like. So some people tolerating it very, very well, right through to some people not even tolerating the tiniest amount of it. So if you are sensitive, what it's going to do is really put you into that fight or flight response. And as you know, if you've been following all kinds of gut information online or whatever, or reading up about it, that what happens in your brain has a real impact on what's going on in your gut as well, and vice versa. So they're always talking to each other. So if you're in fight or flight and feeling a bit anxious, that is always going to have an effect on your gut. It's also going to speed up your gut peristalsis. So for some people that's not going to be great. It's going to speed up that motility. It can increase stomach acid quite significantly. And as I say, that gut-brain axis can be going a bit kind of hyper at this point. So it's not always about the coffee or tea though, because that's going to act as a trigger. It's not going to cause your symptoms itself. So what it can do is contribute to gut imbalances with the bacteria, and as I say, the motility, etc. It's going to increase whatever IBS patterns you have and exacerbate any kind of stress related gut problems you've got going on. So if you cut it out, it's not going to completely resolve things, but it can certainly tone things down a fair bit. So what to do then? If you suspect that caffeine is an issue for you, or if something you hadn't considered before, then what I would do is just take it out of your diet for 5-7 days and see what happens. Just, you know, do a quick elimination challenge. It's often the best way to find out if things agree with you or don't. And then if you notice improvements with your digestion, bloating, IBS symptoms, sleep, or how wired you feel, so if you take it out and all of a sudden, for example, you're feeling nice and calm, then that's a good clue that caffeine probably isn't the best thing for you. So it's important to bear in mind though that caffeine isn't bad. It has lots of benefits, and for some people it can be very, very, very beneficial, but for some people, you know, it's just, you know, not a good thing for them at all. So that's what I would do if you suspect it, or if it's something that you haven't really considered before. Just do a quick elimination challenge and see where you're at after that. Or if you would like more help with any of this, just pop me a DM and I can get more information over to you. Or if you did find this useful, do like and share, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.